Hello everyone, this is the next part. This is gonna be a hard one to do just because of the angle. So I'm gonna try to do this as quick as possible. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer Funko, and that is Kelly Kapowski from Stranger Things. Sorry, what the hell am I saying? Saved by the Bell. Alright, WandaVision bootleg. Really like this series. Not a huge fan of the rest of the Marvel series, but this one's good. I really like Elizabeth Olsen. One of a random newer pickup, Bodies love this film. I thought it was a really great comedy. I love Rachel, what's her last name, but she's fantastic in this. Love this film. I think it was very well made. And then big fan of Saved by the Bell, so I have Saved by the Bell the complete series on the kind of this locker edition, and this also has the movies and the college years. I had a different Saved by the Bell box set, but I upgraded just because this has more the movies and the college years. I like the college years as well. A Mel Brooks collection. I have not seen everything in this. I have not seen 12 Chairs, To Be or Not to Be. The rest I've seen. Young Frankenstein's the best thing in this. I think I love that one. Blazing Saddles is really good. High Anxiety is pretty good as well. And History of the World Part 1. Classic Mel Brooks collection. Can't go wrong with that. And then we have the complete series of Penny Dreadful. Really like this show. This has Ava Green in it. Very gothic era show that I think a lot of people should watch. The sequel they did, or prequel, whatever it was, City of Angels, wasn't good. Buffy the Vampire Slayer box set. This is a beautiful box set. I'm not gonna open it and show it just because of time and space. But it's a wonderful DVD box set. I love that show. Got into that during the pandemic and just was obsessed with it. Love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If they do a Blu-ray, that'd be nice. Alright, there's just a little bit on top here, so it's not too bad. We have Woodshock with Kirsten Dunst. Really good film, actually. Very weird, trippy, but I think it's really well made, and she's just gorgeous. I love her. I love her so much. And then we have... Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry. The World's End, Hot Fuzz, and Shaun of the Dead. This is the Flavors Cornetto trilogy, I think they call it. I like all of them. I actually like The World's End the most, which is... I know it's weird, but I like that one the most, but they're all three pretty good. And then we have the Wrong Turn set, so it's 1 through 5. You can't ask me which ones I like the most because I can't remember them. There is one of the sequels that are good, and the first one's good as well. And then Last Resort, the sixth one. Got those recently and just got into them. It's hard to see here. Okay. Let me just move those out of the way. X-Men Trilogy Volume 1. Nice little box set. This has X-Men 1. X2, X-Men United, and what's the third one? The Last Stand. X2 United is fantastic. Love that film. Nice little set there, and I got that because I only got that one because I didn't have Last Stand or regular X-Men, but I do have First Class and Days of Future Past. I didn't bother with the Rogue Cut, so I have those. So I didn't get it for that version. And then I have oh, it's weird. Yeah, it's really weird. Alright, so I have Wrong Turn, the new one. The remake was actually good. It was a different type of film, but it was very good, actually. This is a worthy watch. Watch it if you get the chance. And now we have the other ones. Alright, I'm gonna have to look at it through my camera because I can't see. So, X-Men Apocalypse. It's okay. Oscar Isaac looked cool as a villain. This is an okay film, though. And then we have Dark Phoenix, which is total crap. I hate this film. I just completed, just to finish this X-Men series. Just got that for that reason. And then they did the New Mutants. Doesn't get a lot of love, but I thought it was alright. And obviously it has Anya Taylor-Joy, who I love. Yoga Hosers. Got this one really cheap. It has Lily Rose Depp and Kevin Smith's daughter in it. Not sure what Kevin Smith was thinking with that one. That is a weird film. It's not very good. And then the last of the top here is Yellow Submarine, the Beatles. As you know, I'm a huge Beatles fan. This is a great kind of like a musical animated film from them. And Yesterday, a nice creative film about how the world forgets about the Beatles. So this young musician just basically writes their hits and records it and becomes a heartthrob. Fantastic film. Young Frankenstein, or Young Frankenstein. I have that in the Mel Brooks collection, but I got this before because I really like this film a lot. It's my favorite from Mel Brooks. Zero Dark 30. Nice little gritty true story film about the hunting of Osama bin Laden. That's a good film. And then we have Unsane. Really great Steven Soderbergh film. Think it's shot completely on iPhone. Great Claire Foy performance as well. I like that film a lot. The Untouchables, a classic gangster film. I think I might have two versions. No, I don't think I have two copies. I think there's one in a triple pack. I don't know. Great Brian De Palma film actually. About Al Capone, trying to catch him as well. Upstream Color. Very very good. Gem. It's a hidden gem by Shane Carruth. I wish they released his primer. Was it Prime or Primer on Blu-ray? But I haven't seen it yet. Urban Legend, classic slasher. And then Urban Legend Final Cut. Had to get these. Grew up in the 90s, so the slashers were like a big thing. Slashers that era, like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, that's all I can name. Scream, yeah, those, like, grew up on those. I love those films. And then we got VHS, VHS 2, VHS Viral. I have 94 somewhere else. I think it's 94 or 84. I don't know. But yes, I have the next one too, somewhere. And VHS is great. I love all the skits in this one. I think this is a fantastic anthology series. 2 has some really high good moments. Viral, not as good, but still, you know, if you like these films, then you'll find a way to like enjoy that one as well. And then we have, I'm trying to do this nicely, a pretty good location thriller, horror of Vacancy. Pretty freaky good film, that one. A really great film, one of my favorites of all time, and this was recently upgraded to the 4K Steelbook. V for Vendetta. Love this love this film. Read the graphic novel as well. Not a huge fan of the graphic novel, it's just kind of dense. But this is a fantastic film, probably my favorite Natalie Portman film. I like watching that like anytime. I really love that film. Valentine's Day, it's a decent film. Obviously, I think we all know the main reason that I got this film. And then Valentine, I was happy they released this on Blu-ray. This is another one from the childhood, like a slasher film with David Boreanaz from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Good film, I like that one. And it also has Denise Richards, who was good. Kind of like, you got a lot of Scream girls in this, like Marley Shelton, Katherine Heigl. This is a good release. Nice cover art in that one. The original Valley Girl with Nicolas Cage, really like that film. Both of these actually were blind buys. This is Valley Girl, the newer one, with Jessica Roth. I actually like both of these films. The original's better, but these were good blind buys, honestly. Don't often do blind buys, but when I do, I kind of have a feeling like, will I like this film? Valley of the Dolls, fantastic film. I want to read the book. This has Sharon Tate in it as well. I really like that film. John Carpenter's Vampires. This is a Scream Factory. Of an underrated John Carpenter film with what's that guy's name? James Woods. Good film though. And then a really good film. It doesn't hold up in visual aspect. Like the visuals look really bad when you watch it today, but I like Van Helsing. When I was first getting into film in like 2006 and 7, I watched this one and I really liked it. And then we have Vanilla Sky, really great film. I don't remember the filmmaker. Cameron Crowe. Yeah, really great Cameron Crowe film. Kind of weird, and it has like alternate endings and stuff. It has Cameron Diaz and Penelope Cruz along with Tom Cruise. Great film. Venom. Not a huge fan of this one. Yeah, I just got it. The steelbook's nice. Let There Be Carnage is kind of the same type of quality. I have that coming up later. Veronica Mars. I do have the Veronica Mars on DVD. You'll get to them later, but this is just the Blu-ray of the film. The film was good. I love the series. I think the series is fantastic. Like all the way through, I love the series. I wouldn't even mind if they brought it back, just because I really, really love the show. The film was good. And then we had the final season that came on Hulu. Well, they're calling it first season on this Blu-ray. It's weird because this is technically an official Blu-ray, but they call it the first season, but it's clearly like the fourth season. I think it's the fourth or fifth season. So it's a very bizarre release, but it's a good Blu-ray. I like this season a lot. Just like I like all of them. I love that show. Vice, fantastic film with Christian Bale. Very versatile actor. Really good film. I think it deserves a little bit more praise than it got. I think that's fantastic. And then The Village. This must be a bootleg. I don't think this is on Blu-ray, but really great M. Night Shyamalan film. He's on a roll sometimes. There's some films that aren't good, and those are like the really crappy ones, like Last Airbender, After Earth. But when he hits there, it's fantastic. Like this film is great. And then I want to actually pull this out because I want to rewatch it. I recently read the book. and I like the book. I saw the film obviously because I love Sofia Coppola, so I want to rewatch this. So I'm gonna pull this one out and leave it out for me to watch one of these days. And then Vivarium, saw this one on Amazon Prime. Pretty weird and trippy film. Not for everybody, but I liked it. I thought this was like a really well-made film. Very weird, well-made film. Speaking of weird, Vox Lux, very weird film, but fantastic. It needed a second watch for me to really appreciate it, but I liked it a lot. Good Natalie Portman performance again. Wait Until Dark, one of my favorite, probably my favorite film by Audrey Hepburn. She's just fantastic at in this film. I think she won an Oscar for this. This is like she's a blind woman, and then there's robbers in her house trying to steal something, and then she's like walking around while they're trying to avoid running into her. Such a great film, really well made. I know a lot of people haven't seen this or like gone back to it. This is a easy blind buy, really. It's fantastic. And then we have Walk the Line, really great film, great performance by Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon. I think Reese Witherspoon won an Oscar for this. Great Johnny Cash biopic. I like that one a lot. And then we have War and Peace. Not a huge fan of this film. It comes in the Audrey Hepburn box set, but I really like Audrey Hepburn. This is a very long film. And then we have one of my favorite films of all time, a film I will give a 10 out of 10 to. So that's Watchmen. I have a giant box set that comes up later. This is the director's cut Blu-ray Steelbook. Bought this a few times and upgraded a few times as well. Love this film. I think this is a fantastic graphic novel, fantastic adaptation by Zack Snyder. They changed a little bit of things, but it's such a faithful adaptation otherwise. Oh my god, I love this film. I can talk about it all day long. That was a life-changing film for me. And then the series, which was actually really good, and I'm glad they released this on a Steelbook. Wish they kind of followed through more. They could have. Oh, speaking of Watchmen, this is the complete motion comic, the 12 episodes, and the Tales of the Black Freighter. Tales of the Black Freighter is alright. I have not done the motion comic episodic version. I would want to try it, actually. Maybe one of these days. And then we have Waves. Didn't realize that this was Taylor Russell, actually, and what's her name? Alexa Demi from Euphoria. This is a really good film in 2 parts. Sorry, when I said Alexa, my Alexa went off. Anyways, so yeah, Waves, really good film, told in like 2 parts, by the director of It Comes at Night, but that's a vastly superior film. The Way Back, really great film with Anya Sophia Robb, who I like. Great Sam Rockwell performance too, before he kind of blew up a little bit. And then we have a 4-pack of Wedding Crashers, which I love. One from the childhood as well. Horrible Bosses, which is pretty good. Hall Pass, I don't really care for. And Dumb and Dumber, which is pretty good. And then we have We Summon the Darkness. Saw this on Netflix and I really liked it. Love Alexander Daddario. Really trippy, witchy film. I like that one a lot. Nice steel slipcover as well. And I'm sure that was pretty cheap at Best Buy. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, a classic Betty Davis film. I know they made a series called Feud about this. I have not watched it, but I do like this film. I do want to check that out then. What Happens in Vegas. Love Cameron Diaz. This is a pretty good kind of like rom-com film here. What We Do in the Shadows. Really fantastic Taika Waititi film. Like a mockumentary about vampires. Amazing stuff. So funny. I've never watched the series. You know, I don't really get into the series of films that often unless I'm really invested in it. Maybe I'll watch it one day, but that is a good film. Whiplash, another fantastic film. Really great performance by J.K. Simmons and what's his name? Miles Teller. Great Damien Chazelle film. Not my favorite from him just because I love La La Land, but that's a really good film. A really good Studio Ghibli film. Whisper of the Heart. Very memorable. Another great one that I have in the collection. And then we have a mini series, or well, they go hand in hand. It's like a sequel series. So this is White Queen with Rebecca Ferguson. Really great show. And then if you recognize that, that's Jodie Comer from Killing Eve. She's great in that too. She's gorgeous. That's a really good series. I didn't really like The Spanish Princess, unfortunately, so I'm not getting that. The original Wicker Man and the Wicker Man remake. Original Wicker Man, fantastic, great, well-made horror film, kind of like a folky horror film. Wicker Man, I love this film to death. This is Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage to the extreme. Amazing, funny, quotable film. Love both of those. Gotta have both. You can't have one. Widows, pretty good Steve McQueen film with strong lead performances from the females in this film. Yeah, that's a good one. I have not rewatched it though. Wild, got this one on 4K because yeah, it was just available. But I really like Reese Witherspoon in this film. I think it's a well-made film about a climber. Wild at Heart, David Lynch, of course. You have to always get some David Lynch into the collection. Shout Select. I think they had an issue with this release. You had to return it and then get another disc or something. There was some issue with it. So there was a while I had 2 copies of it. Wildlife, got this abroad, even though it is on Criterion. Really great Carey Mulligan performance in this. This is directed by Paul Dano from the new Batman. Really great film, that one. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, a classic. What can I say? This is just one of the best childhood films. Great music, nice release with the Oompa Loompas. They're doing a new one with Timothée Chalamet, I think. Wimbledon. I love Kirsten Dunst. I think she's just gorgeous. Really good film about tennis. I like that one quite a bit. Wizard of Oz, a classic. I have another Wizard of Oz on Steelbook. It's gonna come up later. One of my favorite films of all time. Amazing musical, amazing legendary film with so much behind the scenes about it. Love that film. Judy Garland. That's a classic. If you like film, you have that one. Wind River. Pretty good thriller. I think it's written by the same guy of Hell or High Water. Good film. I like Elizabeth Olsen a lot. One of my favorite releases in steelbooks is The Witch. This is Anya Taylor-Joy's big break into film. Really, really well-made horror film. Wonderful steelbook. I don't know where I got this. Might have been on eBay because it's a Canadian release, I think. But oh my god, what a film. That film's amazing. Here is a horror pack exclusive of Witch's Brew. Funny thing is, I actually really like this film. This was actually one of the only horror pack films where I thought they did one of the horror pack originals that I really, really liked. This is a good film. And then we have Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Fantastic powerhouse performance by both, especially Elizabeth Taylor. Really great film. And then lastly on this row, Wolf of Wall Street. Only watched it once, but I thought it was good. Martin Scorsese, I mean, you can't go wrong. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was going to say something about this film. Yeah, I never gave a rewatch because it's very long, but maybe one day. Alright, so that's it for this row. We have one last row in this shelf, but then many more to come. So stay tuned.